I was trying to save this one to do it with the release of the new Red Sonja movie, but it's been months now and we have no official confirmation, and I just got tired of waiting. I had it queued up for a while, so I said, I guess we'll just do it now for no good reason before we jump into the Cowabunga Summer. Let's just get this one out of the way. Red Sonja, the 80s spectacular, which is another Dino De Laurentiis joint. We've talked about him a bunch for some reason. I don't understand why we keep coming back to him in particular. But here we go. Red Sonja, a character I'm always a fan of. I don't read every single book that comes out with Red Sonja. I do know a lot of the material with her, and I think she's fun. A cool concept. There's just a cool barbarian woman. What more do you want? Two Conan movies came out. They were fun. People like them. And it's like, what if we did, and hear me out, Girl Conan, though, with a character in conjunction with Conan? And then Red Sonja gets a movie. And this, I don't know if it's the worst movie we've talked about on Movie Tales. It's probably my bottom three. Cool World and Halloween Resurrection still screw me up a lot, but this sucked. Immensely sucked. And what really bothers me about this film, too, is like, this is my cup of tea. I like this kind of stuff. You have actors who are committed to the bullshit they are given, and you have big sets and stuff and great costuming. The costuming is immaculate in this movie. Like, it looks expensive. Everything is bulky and spiky and dumb, and I love it for that reason so much. But then you have two of the most insufferable lead characters I've ever put to screen. Like, I hate them so much, and their chemistry is terrible, and their acting is terrible. And you could tell that one of them in particular would rather be anywhere else than where he is at that moment. I know it's a Red Sonja movie, but Arnold Schwarzenegger is the top billed actor in this movie. He plays Calidor. Calidor, not Conan. They wanted to use Conan, but they don't have the rights to use Conan. So Calidor is his name, which is a name sometimes affiliated with Conan, like a traveling soldier kind of name for him. Dude was supposed to do a cameo, kind of like Christopher Reeve in Supergirl. But then production got held up, and he managed to be there for the whole shoot pretty much and became the lead next to Sonja. And you can tell he does not want to do this and he would rather be anywhere else. The scenes where he is talking, it's just reading like a script line off page where he's just like, yep, okay, that's what I have to say. I'll do it. And it's terrible and it's frustrating and you hate him so much for it. You don't like anything he's doing here and it's annoying. And he's big and stupid and dumb and I hate it so much, and I don't enjoy seeing him. I'm an Arnie fan. I do like him a lot. This was just him like, they're keeping me here against my will. Now I have to read these stupid stuff and maybe fall into a pit somewhere and like help this guy I don't like. And that sucks, dude. I get it. So Calidor, utterly garbage character. I hate him. He just kind of like is on a horse, walks somewhere, meets, is it Kendra, the name that is the sister of the Sonja that he finds dying, and she's like, they have the talisman. We have to tell my sister and she can stop them. He's like, okay, I'm not going to bring you with me to get your sister. I'll put you in a new location, get your sister, bring her to you, and then just tell your sister, I'll just probably be around the corner if you need me. Not I'm going to be actively a part of your journey. I'll just be around the corner. And that leads us to Bridget Nielsen as Red Sonja. She is a beautiful woman, but I hate her in this movie. I mean, there is something to be said, and we've seen the tropes numerous times before this and after this of the strong, balkish, garish woman who is just quiet and stoic and tough. Like, we've seen that countless time and time again, and we'll continue to see that. And it can be delivered perfectly, and it can be delivered poorly. This is one of the instances where there is just so little to be said that it kind of sucks. She really doesn't have like a journey for this story. It's just kind of like, oh, I have to go get the talisman. And sure, it's an easy MacGuffin. Go get the thing to stop the thing. Along the way, people just treat her so sillily. I really don't like it. One of the things that I think is the most infuriating, one of the most annoying, is how like the majority of this movie just kind of becomes like she's gotta be with a man. Like when we first meet her, she's like fighting in like this weird pit with like a guy with like big shoulder pieces just watching there, like, Sonja, if you stopped being like you are, you might find a man and have a good life. And she's like, I don't need a man. And then the end of the movie is just kind of like, I guess I do need a man, and his name is Calidor. And you're like, what? That sucks, and it's stupid. And it's supposed to be like this really cool chemistry we've been building up to all movie, but it's not. What it is just like two actors that are told they're gonna have a kiss later, and then it turns into them fighting. Oh my goodness, there's like an extended like 5 minute sequence where it's just the two of them sword fighting. And I know we're filling time because there's really no real script to this movie. It's exhausting. It's an exhausting fight. And it's like, I'd only bet a woman who's stronger than me. And it's like, I am stronger than you. And then they fight. And it's just like, this sucks. They go till they're both tired because we can't show one stronger than the other one. Oh, man. Oh, it's so lazy. But you know what's the worst part is that the costumes look so freaking good. Like, everyone is dressed great. The Sonja aesthetic is amazing. I really like the way that, what's her name? Queen Gedrin looks. She looks great. That stupid mask face thing that she has on, I think it's awesome. And it looks fantastic. And this is like one of my favorite types of characters in a movie like this. Here's an angry queen who's pissed off at the world, so she's going to take it down. I love that character. She's my favorite part of this movie solely because she just wins until she falls into a pit. Like there's no real, she just like loses because she can't win in like a fight. She won everything else. A really weird beginning where it's like the Amazon warrior sisters are just like, protect the talisman. And she shows up like, no, we're actually just going to take it from you. We're going to shove you into a hole that when we pull this lever, it has the slowest moving gates you have ever seen. Like, what is that? Anybody could just trip and fall into that pit and not get out. So they trap them in there. She gets the talisman. What can it do? Unmeasurable power, I suppose. Do we say? It just does stuff. And I'm fine with that. She's got a big army, I guess. And then it's just Red Sonja, Calidor. And Ernie Reyes Jr. shows up for a bit of this, and he's like a baby boy. Like a little young man is in this. And he is Prince Tam, and I despise this. Look, I am fine when you give me like a kid in a movie. Sometimes it's bad, sometimes it's good. This is weird because it wants to have like that hard R aesthetic where it's like we're gonna throw heads in the air when they're decapitated and show some blood sometimes. But then you have this annoying little twerp who's just demanding that he's the prince in every other sequence, and he's useless, and his like, I guess, personal like assistant or just like squire or whatever, Falcon, is just like, dude, you're good, my prince. I'll save you. Don't worry. It's so annoying. And the kid serves no purpose just to be another person there because you know what you like with your Red Sonja is just a little dude screaming all the time. And he thinks he's the best warrior and the best fighter. He'll just stand in various sequences and use his sword. And I know they're kind of going for like a short round thing, like that's the vibe we kind of want to display here. Is like, look at this young guy who's capable of so much. I would push him into the pit with the slow closing gate. I hate him so much. And then there's like his squire guy, Falcon, is just like, man, tomorrow I start my diet. Is that like a thing you say in these times? Like, I get what they're doing. He's a fat guy who's got some energy to him. Fun soldier. But, is it annoying. I hate their storyline completely. It just kills the flow of anything good happening in this movie. And then there's like no real plot. It's kind of like the Labyrinth thing, even though this came out before Labyrinth, where it's like, what if we just did stuff along the way? So we have to climb a rope. We're going to go down the rope. Okay. We got these knights in this place. We have to fight. Okay, we're going to do that. Me and Arnie are going to take a minute to fight. Okay, we're going to do that. The one sequence I did like because I felt like there was actual money poured into it was they like almost drown because they're trying to like steal like an orb from like a weird dragon head, and then the cavern they're in starts to flood, and then like a weird, I love the design of that creature that's just floating through the water. It looks kind of like stone and obsidian, but like a serpent and an eel. It looks so cool, and I'm like, if this movie was better, that would be a scene that we all remember and talk about because that's such a cool character design. But it just sucks. And how do they defeat it? They just kind of like get up. Oh, And they just defeat. They like just win. They defeat the queen. And what was her plan? Just total control of the world. And at the end of the movie, you think Arnie and Bridget are gonna fight again, but then they kiss because she finally learned to find a man. What a abysmal storyline for that. You know what people love in the Red Sonja stories? Her romantic relationships. That's the defining characteristic of her. Unreal. But again, I love the costumes. I think there's some really good use of camera movements. I do like when they just toss the decapitated head into the air. But I'm so tired of this. Like, I was so exhausted. It's like 90 minutes, and you really feel those 90 minutes. Oh man. Annoying actors that hate being here. No real plot, just people running about doing nothing of interest. An exhausting excuse for a movie. An exhausting excuse for a movie. And a shame. I hope whatever the next one is better than this, but it's not a hard bar to beat, I guess, you know? Ugh. Just terrible. A great looking movie with nothing inside of it that's worth investing in. Damn. Shame that happened. A real shame that happened. And that's where we're going to end this episode of Fantastic Tales. So thank you all for watching this video. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, you can check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. And as always, I will catch you in the next one. Have fun. Stay safe. Good luck.